I'm not there, your son's not there. How do you think he put up with it? You're just a human being and a man too. How did he do it?
I don't know, but that's, of course, that watching him changed my mentality, I'll put it that way. And I can't imagine how he put up with what he put up with as long as he did. Maybe you'd call it a consolation.
Right.
Whatever target or tag you want to put on it. But as a Southerner, I did not know all this also went on in the South. I mean, in the North.
Oh.
I had no conception that this went on.
When you were in your first year of baseball outside of college, because you never went home, you stayed with the team. He was in his first year in the big leagues.
That's right.
You guys were on your way to the World Series.
Well, we did, but please be advised, this was not the World Series the way it is now. This was the first year that this tournament was even played.
Sure.
I mean, this was the first year it started. And I think we're in Yale, it was Yale, and two other colleges were there that I don't remember who it was. And it was very short. Lose one and you're out and gone. There was no banquet, no getting together with the other team, no nothing.
But then, instead of going home from that, you then keep pitching batting practice for another team that's going to the World Series.
That's right. But when all this is done, they said, Joe, we're sending you to Nashua, New Hampshire. I said, no, you ain't either. I'm going home.
Oh, sure.
I'm going to South Carolina.
They were going to, even at the end of the season, that they were going to keep you having playing baseball?
No, well, this was not. This was just in the base pro season. This was just beginning. This was in just what, June, July.
Oh, I get it.
This tournament was held.
Oh, I get it. I get it.
And they assigned me to Nashua, New Hampshire, and I refused to go.
Did you really?
I told them I would not go, that I had not been home in a long time, and I was going to South Carolina. I didn't figure I'd last a couple of starts anyway. I figured in a month I'd be back home. I really never figured that I'd play long. I just wanted to say that I had played pro ball.
In 47, how long did you stay, keep pitching batting practice for the Dodgers?
Well, all of the road trip. And then, like I tell you, when the road trip was over, and we had some smart guys on. You remember Ed Head?
Sure.
He was guys that I hope he's not a friend of yours.
He passed away.
Well, but he made life miserable for me. He always wanted to warm up with me, and I had that little cheap black glove, and Ed could throw hard. And he threw heavy, he had a heavy fastball, and he would absolutely bust me open anytime he got a chance, just doing warm-ups or anything.
Sure.
And I remember, and that's the only reason I remember his name.
Sure.
Because he went in my book from the first day that he came walking in on me. But the deal of Nashua came back the next year. Everybody wanted me to go to Greenville because it was close to Clemson, and they figured that I might draw a few fans, so everybody wanted me to go to Greenville. I get to Greenville, and the manager at Greenville was 1974 was the manager at Nashua.
Really?
He knows where I'm from. This was a year, if I'm not mistaken, I think Newcomb and Black were at Nashua.
Yep. I know what you're talking about.
But I got assigned to Greenville, but this manager came to me and he said, let me tell you something, son. You wouldn't play for me in Nashua last year. You ain't going to play for me down here if I can help it.
Really?
Yes.
No
And
kidding.
I remember the name. I don't need to repeat it.
Sure. No, I understand.
But
you still persevered, though.
Well, I guess since we've got into it, I wasn't even thinking about bringing any of this up because I don't know how I can come out of it looking good based on where I'm from.
You look good, trust me. You're a good soul.
But he did tell me that, and
when you came up to the big leagues for the first time in 1950, Did you come out of spring training to make the club, or did you come up in the middle of the year?
I came up from Fort Worth, Texas, both times from Branch Ricketts AA Farm Club.
Really?
AA.
When you put on the major league uniform for the first time, did you join the team on the road, or did you join the team in Brooklyn?
I remember exactly about 52, but 50, it seemed like to me I joined the team on the road somewhere that they were playing an exhibition game in Cleveland.
Okay.
The Mitchell guy.
Dale Mitchell.
Dale Mitchell.
Yep.
And I joined the team in Cleveland. My first game in the major leagues was in Sportsman's Park in St. Louis, Missouri.
Really?
And I went in with the bases loaded. In relief now.
Okay.
It relieved Joe Hatton.
Sure, I know Joe Hatton.
Went in with the bases loaded. And the first pitch I threw hit a blue dart at Pee Wee Reese.
Really?
Reese to Robinson to Hodges double play. And he comes across the line and says, "Ain't nothing to this game, is it, son?" And I went on and pitched another 3 innings and had 2 strikes on Stan Musial. And he knocked 2 boards out of the left field wall. Yeah! On the curve outside part of the plate, and he flat tampered that board out there in left field. I mean, just hit a shot. But I got 2 strikes on him.
Well, he was one of the greatest hitters that ever lived.
He absolutely was. But I remember it just like yesterday. I said, "Hey, man, they'll never put that wall back together."
When you got out of the game, you had a family of your own. You had 4 children.
That's right, and that's the reason I got out. But at the time, that's what I needed to do because I had absolutely nothing left. I went in the Army for 2 years. Didn't play at all in '51.
Oh, you didn't?
No, this is. I made up my mind that if I didn't finish college, I never would. So I did not play baseball at all in 1951. I stayed at Clemson to graduate, and was standing right outside what we used to call the juice box, and listening to the World Series when Bobby Thompson hit that home run.
Yeah.
I was standing right there listening to the radio, as a lot of the cadets were standing around listening. But I didn't play in '51. I played semi-pro ball and had absolutely nothing. I don't even remember if I had a winning record. But I went back, played '52, and had a really good year until I got called up.
Sure.
I had, and when I got called up in July of 1952 to the major leagues, I had 8 shutouts.
8 shutouts is no
8
joke.
shutouts, 3 short of the all-time league record by the old Dizzy Dean.
Dizzy Dean.
It was 8. It was 3 short of his record. And the last time I checked, and it's been a long time ago,
Right.
nobody's beat that 11 I had, but I had 8 shutouts.
Well, you earned getting called up to the major leagues with 8 shutouts, for God's sakes.
Well, I had some good minor league years. I just had to tell you that. But I know.
Were you a right-handed hitter as well?
Yeah, and I love to hit. I hit in college.
That's what I was going to ask.
The day we played Yale in the tournament, we got beat, but I got 3 hits and drove in all 3 runs.
No kid. So you were a good hitting pitcher.
I hit home runs pitching college.
Really?
And I hit 2 in my first year in pro ball.
No.
I hit a home run off the old knuckleball, Hart Wilhelm.
Oh, Hoyt Wilhelm's in the Hall of Fame.
Well, I know it, but he's given me a home run off. I hit off of him in 1947 in Thomasville, North Carolina.
Is there, you're a pitcher on the mound. How about the feeling of rounding the bases for a home run? That's got that's a hitter's feeling.
Well, it is, but listen, baseball back in those days, it was not all this stuff. Well, I wonder what the news is going to look like tonight, and what can I do to get on the reel. It was not. It just wasn't that big a deal, to tell you the truth. Most guys would have to work, and they wanted in order to be able to afford to play in the summer.
I got you.
You play, it's just something you done and you play. You never.